Welcome in to the CHGO Bears Podcast Training Camp Recap Edition. Once again, Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, Nicholas Moreano, Greg Braggs Jr. Carm, why don't you look up and say hi to everybody?
Hi, everyone. This is a great day, and I just was, working on my last-minute notes because I'm very excited for today's show. Good to see you guys. Greg, you said you were going to spit out your gum before.
I just swallowed it.
Oh.
It's gone.
Wow.
It's gone.
Guy's just like chugging down Bubblicious right now.
It's up. Wrigley mint or whatever.
Whatever it was not. It was nauseating to listen to. So, thank you for doing that. Big day, Pads, Hoge. I'm very excited for you, Adam Hoge, and for everybody a fan for the show today. What's up, Mubs? Good to see you, my friend. You too, MG Blazer.
Just once again grossed out by Braggs swallowing gum on the show. It's not the first time it's happened. It
Still smell it.
will not be the last.
I like it. We got Kari is in the chat saying he's also a gum swallower.
He wasn't on the football field today, so
Yeah.
Well, stop swallowing your gum and get back on
Get the
football.
pads on.
Yeah.
We love you, though. Appreciate you coming on.
I like to live in a risk-reward world. Risk-reward. Swallow gum, sticks to your intestines for the rest of your life. A reward, I don't have to get up and walk 3 feet at Adam Hoge's.
My mother is also in the chat yelling at me about this.
Yeah, I mean
Sorry,
that is.
Barb.
Should be.
Yeah,
Thank you, Barb.
Yeah.
Gregory, don't swallow your gum. She's absolutely right. Listen to your mother.
Yeah. Okay.
Nick has a mustache because
Nick said on yesterday's show that he would shave down to a mustache if he didn't get 2 hits in the game. Nicholas Moreano batted second last night in our softball game where we beat. Who do we beat? Splendor.
Splenda?
Squags.
this is just
I just shut up
disrespectful.
and played.
Wait, that's so disrespectful. You don't even know who your opponent was.
Plus, it was the guy who runs the league, Jim. My apologies, Jim. I forgot. What is it?
Yeah, I'm just
Slander?
There's a media outlet called Slander.
I can look.
That's not good.
It doesn't seem right.
Whatever it was, the guy said he was going to get 2 hits, and so I put him in the 2-hole. I put him in center field. We're allowed, if you have a banged up finger, you're allowed to wear a mitt. He didn't.
I wasn't gonna do that
Because and I had to step in the middle of the game and teach your wonderful girlfriend Stephanie how to swing, which is something that you should have done.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the one hand on the bat up here and one hand down here. I'm like, those two should go together. Scandal.
There's a media outlet called Scandal?
Yes, it was a whole scandal. But so at any rate, Nick and Stephanie hit the ball well last night after my tutelage, for the record. But Nick went 1 for 4.
I'll say this: in the last 2 games, I've had 5 out.
First of all, is this your first show? Bring the microphone to your face.
I mean, I'm pretty close.
That's not how it was.
I legitimately thought I was being yelled at.
5 at-bats in the last 2 games because our manager only put me in for 1 at-bat in the top of the 7th inning when we're down by God knows how many much.
It's a fair complaint.
So
it's a fair complaint.
I'm coming back and it'll be fine.
Okay. Well, there's the mustache.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Well, it's because
Man of his word.
he was held out of the last game because he's hurt and can't hit, and it was and that was proven yesterday. He did make one great catch to end the game, but he caught the ball with his chest. Now we can go to Gervon Dexter, who's highlighting training camp. Do you want to do your best, or do you want me to do my best?
Yeah, I will do my best.
Great.
And the best of the day was just Pads being back. Pads on, real ass football practice. It's about time. It was a glorious thing. Carm got a picture of me just
It's my best.
zoomed in.
You're such an incredible nerd / beautiful man. It's just, I mean, you got your binoculars, you've got your focus.
This is where if Lawrence was producing today, he would put that photo up.
What,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be producing here. What's happening? I'm sorry. I'll get it. Just keep talking.
I tweeted it. It's in Notion.
I bet.
You're doing a lot of things over there, Greg. I appreciate you. Plus, I love you wearing the Jordan thing. Yeah, continue on, Adam, because it was the first day of pads today, and you've learned a lot.
Miguel's probably right saying that I don't know, he was saying my dad energy's been up lately. And it's absolutely entertaining. Yeah, probably. Someone's got to be the dad of the show.
Easy. I am. That's fine. You can be the dad. I'm the grandpa. I own that right now. I've got my own angst around here.
Grandpa Cram. But yeah, pads were great. Loved watching it. There was a photo of me.
Yeah, I'm sure it was nice. You're not getting it, so let's talk some Bears, baby.
Greg, I love you. Notion, not Slack. No.
Okay. Well, you're still not getting it. So. I'm not sharing the screen. After yesterday's, chaos, I'm not doing any more than I know how to do. You're not getting the picture. It's Hoge looking with his binoculars into the sky. Just visualize the beautifulness.
Why don't you scare?
You just worry about me. I'll worry about you.
All right. Well, the worst.
That makes no sense. We're all clear on that, right?
Well, my worst was something else, but now my worst is whatever happened in the last minute of Greg Braggs' experience here. Now, first day we've actually had a list of injuries we've had to deal with and talk about and ask the head coach about. So, yeah, that was just the worst because you don't like injuries. The good news is none of them seem terribly serious. Roshan Johnson not practicing today. Car Blasingame not practicing today. Nate Davis, no idea where he was today. We saw those other guys on the field. DeMarcus Walker left practice in the middle. I did not see Jack Sanborn leave, but Nicholas Moreano reported that Jack Sanborn left. So that was not great. Officially, Matt Eberflus's stance on injuries the same as it was last year. He's not going to tell you about guys that are just banged up here and there. If there's a longer-term injury, then they will disclose that. I always find that a little funny, though, because it's like, well, the injuries that could actually impact week one we'll tell you about.
I'm going to have a conversation with the Flus at some point about this because I just want to know his philosophy.
The Flusosophy.
And the Flusosophy on the stringent, neurotic NFL, we can't share anything because someone's going to get an advantage on something that you cannot get an advantage on situation. I just think it's just a little exhausting, but whatever. It doesn't matter. But a lot of banged up Bears. That ain't great.
Well, first of all, I'm okay with this whole injury thing because if it's just a little minor thing here and there, then whatever. I mean, guys are going to miss practice. They're going to leave practice. It's just the ones you want to avoid the catastrophic ones. You want to some extent, even avoid the ones like that happened to Lucas Patrick on the second day of camp last year where he hurt his hand. That ended up being a huge deal in the course of the season.
Right, but who was it last year that if we hadn't asked about it, he hadn't played for and he was ruled out for the season? You remember what I'm talking about? It was towards the end of the year. Somebody hadn't played for a while, and then we brought it up. And
I think it was Lucas Patrick.
That was Lucas Patrick. It was Lucas Patrick. That's exactly right.
And he was like, actually, he had surgery done.
Yeah. So it wasn't. That was.
By the way, that's an example of why when people say, "Why do you keep asking about injuries when he's not going to tell you?" That's why we keep asking.
Right.
Whatever.
I don't think any of the injuries seem major.
No, I don't think so either. But it's just kind of sucks that it's actually a topic now. But it's a good thing that it took a week for it to be a topic.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, best pads on, worst injuries are a thing. They exist. It's always the worst thing about football in general. It's just that there's people get hurt, and otherwise it's a great sport. But then,
relative to the rest of the NFL training camps, the Bears have been, knock on wood, they've been fortunate so far.
Yeah. All right, Carm,
go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I would say my best is Chase Claypool is winning training camp. Period. All of it. Like, it's easy to say Justin Fields and DJ Moore because they're, the Ferrari in the garage. But Chase Claypool, for all the criticism he got here in the offseason about his modeling career, he is killing it. 4 of the 5 days of open practice, he's been the best player out there. And today, once again, he mossed Jalen Johnson at one point in the end zone, using all hands coming right over the top of him. He's making plays.
No argument from me. He had one slow day recently. In the last 2, he's been all over the field. He was
everywhere.
And no question about it.
Yep. And my worst, I'm going to stick with the wide receivers. Velus Jones, down day today. He had 3 drops, 2 in red zone 11-on-11s, and then 1 second team. PJ Walker might have made the best throw of the day at one point. He's floating. He gets flushed out of the pocket, left side. PJ Walker goes to throw it in between the safety and the corner. Jaquan Brisker over the top, Jalen Johnson underneath. He puts it on a dime to Velus Jones, who's coming to the sidelines with an attempted toe tap catch, and it hits him right in the hands, right in front of us, and he dropped it. 3 drops on the day. So, I know Velus is working hard to, work on his hands, but today was a down day, and I know he had stringed together a couple good ones, but that's my worst.
Yeah, he was trending in the right direction for sure, so we'll see what happens tomorrow, see if we can bounce back. My best is going to be Travis Gibson today, you guys. I thought he had a few good reps against Darnell Wright, who somebody asked about him in our chat here. Got it on the inside move on him on 2 times during team drills, not back-to-back plays, but 2 times where actually there was a play to Tyler Scott deep downfield, and Justin Fields connected with Scott for what would have been a long touchdown, but Travis Gibson blows up that play. Maybe Fields can escape that, but Travis Gibson had a really nice rush there. My worst, there was a low red zone rep where P.J. Walker was a quarterback, and he had Equanimous St. Brown open for a wide-open touchdown right in the middle of the field, and EQ's what, 6'5"? He throws it, almost where the field goal, top of the field goal is at. It's like, oh, that's not good. That's not where you want to put that ball, P.J. Walker. But that was my best and worst from today's practice.
I'll go with Gervon Dexter as my best, and it's honestly not anything that I've overly noticed. It's more so, watching Hoge and then talking to Hoge, and Hoge's like, I like what I saw with Dexter and Pickens, but it's Justin Jones talking about him. There's a lot of positive conversation about Gervon Dexter. It's a huge position of need. I didn't have the binoculars out today, so I didn't see it as much as I want to see it, but I'm starting to get a certain level of enjoyment. And since I'm always Mr. Positive on this show, I figured that
That's
I would.
you.
Yeah, everybody knows that I would never nitpick things that are going on the field because Bears fans wouldn't like that.
Never.
So listen, Terrell Smith becoming a legit threat to Tyreek Stevenson and that competition that's brewing and the strength that Smith is showing. It's a good thing for the Bears. He is. You now have more cornerback depth than you thought. Stevenson will play a little of him coming up here, but he is, he's had an up and down camp, and now he's in the fire of whether he's going to be that guy. And think about how much positive dynamic he's already, being played outside, and Kyler Gordon's in the slot when Gordon wants to be playing outside. There was a huge amount where they traded up to get this guy, the whole thing, and the Bears, to their credit, the coaching staff, they're not falling in love with Orion Poles pick and sliding him in there. Smith was a 5th-round pick. Let's have a real competition here and see how it plays out. So I'm very interested in how that's going to go. My worst from the day, I don't even know if I had one. I got to be honest. I'm so positive today. It was. But I'll stick with my. And I said it to you when we were sitting right there, Hoge. I asked Eberflus about it. You happy with how the ball's coming out? I want to see the ball come out quicker. I want quicker decisions. Eberflus, I'm like, hey, Matt, you happy with how it's coming? Yeah, I am, Carm. Not by name, of course, but we're getting there one of these days.
Yeah, Bears Zone Podcast says, love Mark asking if Flus thinks QB1 is getting the ball out fast. I know Mark doesn't think it is. And I'll say this much because we had this debate yesterday on and off the air as far as what we saw and the difference in what we saw. And in 7-on-7s yesterday, I think he was 8 of 10. I thought he got the ball out quick. And as you mentioned, there's no pass rush, so he should be able to make easy completions. But I thought the way he spread the ball out, both sides of the field, and not just that, but the ball placement was what it needed to be, and the quickness of it and the timing of it. Today, in 7-on-7, specifically in the red zone, more than a couple times, he had to roll out. And on 2 of those, when he rolled out, one time he hit Claypool for a touchdown, and the other time he made maybe his best tight window throw of all of camp. But again, in 7-on-7s, we know he can roll out, but the idea of that session is to get the ball out fast, identify what's going on pre-snap, and send it to the person that has the best matchup. So in that regard, today's 7-on-7 wasn't as good as yesterday's 7-on-7, but ironically, he had more touchdowns today in those. So it doesn't the result of it being a home run isn't always what you're looking for session to session. And I know sometimes that can be confusing for fans that are watching.
He had one that I tweeted about to DJ Moore for a touchdown that seemed very easy and in control, and I really enjoyed it. So that was a positive in the red zone.
Yeah, I think that one thing we're seeing, though, is the push and pull between the offense and the defense. And I think the defense is starting to pick up on some of these concepts and plays that they're running, and it's resulting in guys being covered downfield, which can't throw the ball if guys aren't open, because if he's forcing it and getting picked off, you would be upset about that. So
who cares though? Like tight windows. Let's see who can make a contested catch.
Well, and did you
but
see
there's
the
been some
tight
of that.
window that I'm referring to
Jake
on that
Tonjes,
7 and
right?
7?
It was
Yes.
81. That ball, I don't know how it got to him.
So,
on
I mean,
that
it's
play.
okay, you want it out fast, but it's still a throw he's going to make at some point this season. He's rolling to his left, and two
There's like three
defenders
dudes
are
over there,
converging across each other, and he puts it threads the needle right between the two, right into Jake Tonga's hands, and Jake came down with a really nice catch.
And there was one to DJ Moore towards the end of practice where he thread the needle, and that was the one that
When he moved to his right in the pocket.
Matt Eberflus was talking about in the press conference, saying that was a real play. The D lineman thought they sacked him. No, I was right there. He would have escaped that.
Yep, he climbed the pocket, moved to his right, and then that opened up the perfect angle to throw to DJ Moore, and it was a strike.
Yeah, Flus said that Justin Fields went through his progressions on that play. The pocket broke down. He got out, made a play with his legs, and then his arm.
It was beautiful.
And it was a good throw,
Good throw.
to
Good throw,
DJ
good
Moore.
catch.
So,
Am I allowed to even reference this breaking news? Are you aware of what's going on here?
yes, I am. And no, you are not allowed to reference it because I am going to.
Dad.
My
Yes.
God.
Well, the chat's blowing up on it, so I just wanted to make sure everybody's aware of it.
Chat should not be blowing up on it. But here's why this is noticed. Here's why this is a conversation more than anything. So the Bears claim defensive tackle Bravion Roy. Cool. Roy played 45 games with 15 starts for Carolina. Yeah, he was drafted in the 6th round out of Baylor by the Panthers, and that's according to Jeremy Fowler. Here's where I think this is more of an interesting thing to talk about. The Bears have the number 1 waiver priority, and they will have that until the season starts. So this is something you're probably going to see throughout preseason, throughout camp, when guys are waived and made available, is the Bears can kind of take a flyer. Now, they're going to have to cut somebody to make room for him. Don't know. Bravion Roy is more of a one technique. I actually like their defensive tackles. I do not necessarily feel like this is a position of need. But
Super Bowl.
But if a player is waived who their pro personnel department views as better than the last guy currently on their roster at that position, swap them out. See if you can get better. See if you can increase your depth here in the preseason. So that is a benefit that the Bears have right now in the preseason by having that number 1 waiver priority.
And it's interesting for anybody that plays fantasy football, when you do waivers and you claim somebody off waivers, you then fall to the bottom of the list of waiver claims. But in this instance, they just stay at the top all the way through the first 3 weeks of the season. That's a huge luxury to have, and just keep rolling over the back end of your roster.
Yeah, I'm looking at Bravion Roy, you guys, just kind of seeing where, like Adam said, lined up mostly on the interior. Doesn't have a lot of flexibility other than being on the inside for what he did with the Panthers last season, but 299 total snaps. And like you said, there's a lot of interior depth that the Bears already have on the defensive line, so we'll see how Bravion Roy does.
It's like Billings too coming in here. You know what I like about Bravion? He's the son of Ronald and Tori Roy, and I always
Is that what you
That's
like
what you like
about him?
about him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ronald and Tora. I said Tori. It's Tora. That couple was always one that I wanted to emulate. And I thought that he did a great job at Baylor, majoring in both health, kinesiology, and leisure studies. Leisure studies is my favorite studies, so I'm very excited about Bravion Roy.
What is leisure studies?
Yeah, what do you even?
It's called? I went to college to play football at Baylor.
Now I'm on the Bears.
It's called I major in football.
Major football.
Dupe says, Bragg, sorry you haven't gotten your breaking news privileges back yet.
Never will. Never will.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys don't like to laugh?
I
You don't like having fun?
No disrespect to Dupes, but I almost thought you said Duke, and we've
Yeah,
been missing.
speaking of
We've been missing the
Duke,
Duke,
yes.
and
Where's
so I thought
the
he was
Duke?
back for a second.
You know,
I'm allowed to
the
say where the
Duke
fuck
Island's
is
been
Duke?
open. What?
Nothing. I was swearing because I'm just irritated that Duke Island hasn't been around lately.
And we lost
like-
Duke Island.
5 seconds.
Imagine
Well, he's
what-
okay.
Imagine what happens if we lose Gary Ross.
He's a regular season guy. He'll be back.
He better be.
True.
Okay.
Wow, that sounded like a threat. Careful, you'll be banished to Duke Island with Duke. All right. Well, there's the best and worst. A little bit of breaking news as well. And yeah, I guess we should save everything else for the next segment. That makes sense. In the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit about our new sponsor that we're really excited about. This episode of CHGO Bears is brought to you by BetterHelp. And BetterHelp is just a great addition here and something you're definitely going to want to check out because I know a bunch of us here have benefited from therapy, including myself. And it's just a lot of times just good to talk about things, you know, even if it's like the TJ Edwards interview not firing properly, right? You know, you could just, are you okay over there? Or Carm whacking his microphone.
For like the 4th time this show. That one was a full whack.
Full whack. Sometimes you just got to talk things out. No, but in all seriousness, much more serious things. Maybe you're dealing with a job change, family stuff, relationships, anything else. Therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life so you can move forward with confidence and excitement. Trusting yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. A lot of times it's just helpful to talk about things. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Here's what's great about it. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you're going to do is you're going to fill out a brief questionnaire. That's going to help you get matched with a licensed therapist. And if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Head to betterhelp.com/CHGO. Answer a few questions about yourself and your goals. You'll receive an email once you're matched. You'll start being connected with your therapist. From there, you can start scheduling your sessions. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/CHGO today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/CHGO.
And thank you to our friends at Lewis University who are just doing a great job for students just like you. Full-time job. You got family stuff going on. You've got, of course, a full-time sports fandom. You love the Chicago Bears. But yes, you're perhaps considering upping your degree, getting something maybe for the work life. Go back to school and get that respected degree at Lewis University, ranked as one of U.S. News and World Report's top-tier colleges. Lou U's got it all for you. Grad programs include criminal justice and public safety, data science, computer science, cybersecurity, business analytics, undergrad degrees in computer science as well, aviation maintenance, business analytics, criminal justice. There's business programs, there's technology programs. They've got it all. Discover how a degree from Lewis can help you build a better world. It's out in Romeoville, 35 miles southwest of the city. Learn more at lewisu.edu/you can do this. lewisu.edu/you can do this. You can go and take classes in person or online or a combination of both. They really make it easy for you. lewisu.edu/you can do this.
All right, let's fire through some super chats. What is Gary yelling at me about priority order?
Because I guess you may have set the priority order for the Bears lasts all the way into week 3 of the season.
Yes.
Okay. They were claiming
I said until the regular season.
No, week 3 into the regular
I guess
season.
I wasn't specific enough. But
And then
yes,
I said
was-
week 3 because I'm smart.
So is it credible that it's week 3? If you said it?
If Gary tells me and then I say it on the air, that means it's true.
Gary's like the
Jesus, we're in
legit
trouble
most intimidating listener of all time. The guy knows more about football than I might put Gary ahead of Poles and Flus. I'm not even kidding. This guy lives it to the living at extreme. God bless you, Gary. Good job.
All right.
All right.
Let's
Super
look at
chats.
some super chats.
Yes, sir. Well, we got Anthony, $1.99, said, first day of pads, closer to game day already, bear down.
Let's go.
Completely agree. Cannot wait for week 1 against the Green Bay Packers.
Are they playing week 1?
What? We're playing the Packers. Okay, so Mark Gautier, $4.99 super chat. Great coverage, boys, but video would be better. Will you be able to do video in Indy next week? Also, who is pounding their laptop during the press conferences?
I don't know what he means by video. We better. We are on video.
No,
right
no,
Is
no.
he
now.
saying like video from practice?
No, he's saying the policy. And Mark, down in Indianapolis, they have the same media policy down there. No pictures or video for the media.
Wait, is Mark just saying he wishes there was more video that we could play on the show?
He just wants
think
video
so.
from practice. He wants
Yeah,
highlights.
No
Can't
go.
give it to you.
Cannot
Nope.
do it.
Nope.
Can't do it.
Nope, there might be some around the World Wide Web, but anybody that's media, no video. So we'll just keep giving you coverage and giving you the perspective we have here on these.
I
camp
highly
recaps.
recommend Patrick Finley's drawings though every day.
Yes,
He
those are great.
Puts out of the best plays.
So who's pounding their laptop during the press conferences? What's he talking about here, guys? Does
no
anybody
idea.
know?
Not
that
sure. I mean,
Mark?
Peggy Kaczynski used to type really loud.
That's probably her then.
It's not Peggy. She's been there, I think, once in the press room. So at least recently, I don't know what he's talking about. The GOAT. I will pay more attention tomorrow. It's not any of the 3 people here that are sitting there.
I didn't
I'll tell
even
you that.
have my computer in front of me today.
This wasn't a super chat, but Nunu Johnson put Nunu in the building. The fuck is up, CHGO gang gang, and I thought that was great. So he got a shout out there. Sorry.
Is that a friend of yours?
No, it's not. It was just a great comment. Football.
How many Red Bulls does this guy drink before the show or something?
Nunu. That was great. First time I've seen him in the chat. Got to give Nunu a shout out. Okay, football CF Candy $4.99. Is it me or is Justin's release much tighter, compact, as well as quicker? Some plays need to be quicker, but no hitch at the top of his throwing motion. I'll defer to you, Hoge.
I saw Greg Gabriel tweet that today. So
did I.
Yeah, so I
did see that.
I have a feeling that's where that's from. But I saw that tweet and I agree with it. And I agree with that comment. So thank you for the super chat. I feel like that's stuff that's been worked on. That
We noticed it back in minicamp that it was
Yeah.
tighter, more compact.
Yeah.
The real test is when the bullets start flying and the pass rush is coming and pocket breaks down, does he revert back to what he's done or does he carry what he's been practicing here into the games? Because that always happens where you can see somebody's making a change, but then when the season starts, your tendency is to revert back to those things. So that's going to be the real test.
I agree, but
He ain't going back. I don't think.
you know what I want to see Justin Fields do when plays break down? Just make a play.
Make plays.
Like
Yeah, he
honestly, at that
does.
point, I don't really care what it looks like. Patrick Mahomes is flipping the ball
Amen.
over his head sometimes,
Amen.
like that. Just
Well,
trust your instincts, make
Figure
a
it out.
play.
Don't
When he's
have-
sitting there in the pocket and all the, everything's supposed to be perfect with the mechanics, I get it. But when things break down, just have a positive outcome and don't make a stupid decision.
Get it done. Yep.
That's what MVPs do. And if you believe Mike Greenberg and Dan Orlovsky, Justin Fields is going to be an MVP this year.
Okay,
We'll
quick.
get to that in a second.
Quickly, Marcus Robinson, one of my favorite wide receivers of all time, 99-cent super chat. Overall, Justin Fields grade A+ for me. What do you guys got?
You're giving him A+
I'm
for training camp.
joking. I'm just giving my meatball
For
grade, but
today?
I'll let you guys
For
take it.
today,
I don't know today in general and his
A++.
life. He had
I'm
a
not.
great-
You're not getting me to say anything negative about him. No way.
Go ahead,
Through
Nick.
camp so far,
Yeah. Through
B+.
camp.
B+. It's fair.
Please, he's been good. Things
High B,
are trending in the right direction. Definitely has not been perfect.
I'd go B+2. And is somebody knocking at the door that wants to come in here?
It's Gary Ross.
I don't know, but you're not looking at a door, so I don't no idea what you're talking about. You're like looking at a window.
Gary's in the window.
Gary's in the window. There's a door right
Gary's in
there.
the window.
There's a door there. There's a window there. Somebody wants to come in here. They found the show. They've located the mansion. We're about to be snuffed out, and this is the last show that we're ever going to do. Yesterday, we had the I don't want to get too.
All right. Well, keep the super chats flowing in. We'll read some here in a little bit as we move on to the next segment. Real quick, $2 super chat from Keys Gramps. I love the red CHGO shirt. That is a great design.
That'd be Crampa to you, Deeks.
Just embrace it. Embrace it.
All right.
That's it for super chats right now.
Well, we got a couple
Feel
more,
free to
but
talk about
they're
how-
rolling in, and we appreciate your support. We'll read some here in a little bit in our next.
Feel free to talk about how Crampa was ripping the ball over the field yesterday, Nick.
I don't remember.
There it is.
I remember a drop.
There. Oh, I did drop a
In
pop
the
up and had a ball go right through my legs. Horrible. But
We made up for it, though.
I was crushing baseballs and breaking hands. Continue on, Hoge.
All right. So earlier this morning, Mike Greenberg on his Get Up television show said, quote, Justin Fields is going to be the next superstar quarterback in the NFL.
You know, I would be excited about this if, like, I saw Mike Greenberg at camp. No disrespect to Greeny. He was one of the most successful dudes in the history of this business, and I'm extremely jealous of him, and the guy's immensely talented. But it's just like this national narrative that's coming out. Dan Orlovsky's out there pounding like, he's going to be the MVP. I told you he's going to be the MVP last year, and I'm telling you again. You're going to remind everybody that you told us he's going to be the MVP last year when the Bears won 3 games? And now you're going to double down on it? Hey, man, we're trying to get to 9-8 and make the playoffs. That's what's up here with the Bears. This national narrative it's like y'all have, or I don't know if it's you're trying to get clicks, which you don't need because you're national huge guys. It's just bizarre to me, the timing of this.
Well, okay. There's a few layers here to discuss. I mean, one is it's very interesting to me how this national narrative on Justin Fields has shifted a little bit. It seems like everybody's being very positive all of a sudden with Justin Fields, which is cool. But I do also wonder, like, where is this coming from? Like, now, I think Orlovsky's definitely different than Mike Greenberg. Dan Orlovsky's, an ex-quarterback who's watching film, who's breaking down tape, who is analyzing these players from the time before they're drafted to now. And I don't think he has to apologize for trying to stay consistent on Justin Fields. He thinks Justin Fields is good. Maybe it didn't happen as quick as he thought. I'm the same exact way. Still think he's going to be good. Wish it happened sooner. There's lots of reasons why it hasn't. And really, he hasn't been in position until this year to really take this leap. And maybe guys like Mike Greenberg are talking to people like Dan Orlovsky, who happen to be his coworkers, and buying into it and saying, hey, this is going to be the next superstar. I don't think it's a crazy take.
Well, I think
we don't have to MVP the guy. Can we take a little bit of pressure off of the Bear and Fields? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's hasn't there been a lot of lines moving right now, and just wherever you look, maybe it's DraftKings, but like Justin Fields has gotten a lot of love for winning the MVP. I don't know if that's rational, but for Mike Greenberg to say what he said today, like you said, Mark, I haven't seen Mike Greenberg. You haven't seen Mike Greenberg. He hasn't been at training camp, but hey, he's going with the hype around Justin Fields and everything that he can do in year 3.
Well, and I guess I can't see who H is. You're wrong. Greeny was already positive last year. He wanted the Jets to draft Fields. Well, the Jets should have drafted Justin Fields. That was a huge mistake. And now they'll have to, it's a decent recovery right now. It's Aaron Rodgers, at least for a year it will be. But, yeah, that didn't exactly work out, passing on Fields. And who was that quarterback they drafted who's already dead?
Zacch Wilson.
Zacch Wilson. Is he in the NFL or is he in NFL Europe?
He's
Whoops, you got that wrong. Look, he's not. We're not there yet. I'm sorry. I think he's going. I am extremely optimistic that he's going to have a huge leap this year, that the offense is going to look a whole lot better, that he'll and that I'll shave my head at the end of the year because he threw for 4,000 yards in 17 games. He's going to stay healthy and he's going to run for 800 more and the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just settle down, national media. I appreciate. I guess I could just be with your boy Boogie. Like, what's wrong with it? They're super excited, but it's like No. We're the ones on the ground here. We get to do the hot takes of MVP stuff. Don't try to jump the line.
Don't be jealous of Mike Greenberg's platform.
I am jealous of Greenberg's platform.
He's got a huge platform.
He's earned it. Robert, man, don't worry, I got your back. This is he says, Hoge, please never stop giving your true opinion. I respect your opinion highly.
I'm sorry.
Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, give it to us straight, like you always have. Sir, the haters are going to hate. Yeah,
they are going to do that.
For the record, just so everyone knows, this is a bit with me saying I'm never going to say anything negative about the quarterback ever again. It's just a bit. I will 100% tell you what I'm seeing, which is what I've been saying. I mean, look, yesterday was not the greatest day for Justin, but I still think overall he has trended in the right direction.
Having a good camp.
Let me ask you this, Carman.
Yeah.
Is a Jalen Hurts like jump, which we've talked about all offseason, still in play for you?
No.
Really?
No.
Why not?
I don't think the Bears are going to end up in the Super Bowl.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, can the quarterback make the jump that Jalen Hurts made last year? I'm not saying they're going to, that has nothing to do with the Super Bowl.
Well, that's all boiled in for me. Do I think that Fields can get to Jalen Hurts? Can we pull up his numbers real fast last year? Do I think that Fields can get to
3,800 yards, 25 touchdowns,
how many interceptions?
22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
And how many rushing yards?
My man had
So 3,800 passing yards, 25 touchdowns.
3,700 passing yards.
Looking at his numbers, yes. If you're asking me just numbers wise, can he do that? Yes, I do. I think he can. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
Seven
I
hundred
do.
That man
rushing
finished
yards.
second in the MVP.
That's because they won a ton of football games.
Yeah.
The Bears are. You have to be the Eagles have one of the best defensive lines in all of football.
And
the
offensive
Bears
lines.
and offensive line. The Bears have one of the worst defensive lines in all of football. If the Bears are able to be a 500 team this year with that defensive line, that will bode so incredibly well for the future that they actually would be a legit Super Bowl contender going into 2024, which is that's where I have. That's the progress that I'd like to see. Go from 3 wins to 8, 9, 10 wins. Have the offense look like a real offense. Have Fields get to those numbers, which I think is possible. And then we can talk about winning enough that he can be an MVP candidate.
Okay, Eric Chanton puts in the chat, Lamar Jackson's MVP season, 3,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and 1,200 yards
He was
rushing.
insane.
3,100 yards passing isn't
Well, but
insane.
he was 36-6.
36-6 is
Sure.
crazy
36
number.
touchdowns and 6 picks. That's insane.
Insane.
That's where I'm a little skeptical, like that the
turnover.
interception numbers are still going to.
Especially because how many fumbles did he
I was about
not
to say,
lose, right?
Justin's fumbles last year, the fumble luck was very much in his favor, and that 100% has to be something that is better, because if he fumbles the ball the same amount of times, he will lose more of those fumbles than he did last year. It's just luck and how things come back.
By the way, if we want to push back into like that, Fields is just so unbelievably dynamic that the Bears win 10 games and the narrative, the national narrative becomes like they would win 4 without him. Henceforth, we're voting for him for MVP. I can hear some excitement around that as a possibility.
But you're talking about a star quarterback on the Chicago Bears.
Right.
And if the Chicago
good.
Bears have a big leap this year,
Yep.
and also coming out through Twitter right before the show started, I forget where I saw it, but week 1, they're in the late afternoon window.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Bears-Packers. It's the game that rates always high numbers in that late afternoon window with Fox's A-team on it. Okay, so right there in week 1, you have a huge opportunity.
4 more primetime games, 2 Thursday night games,
And there will be
Monday night
more,
game,
even if
Sunday
they're
night.
an 8, 9, 10-win team anywhere in there will be more. They will be flexing the primetime
Right.
more
There'll-
because
there'll
they
be-
love the Bears.
Right. They'll be weighted more if they are really good offensively. Not great, but really good. It'll look so crazy because it's the Bears who have never had that there will be a little bit of a curve, a grading curve because of that. 100%.
Another way to look at this is
You're telling me that Fields is going to be in the MVP conversation
It's
because the
not out of the realm of
no,
possibility.
Can I finish the thought? You're telling me that Fields is going to be elevated further into the MVP conversation because of the Bears' historical ineptitude on offense. Like that's going to be that extra little kick.
Everybody continues to give me crap. You told me to never bring this stat up again. He did get a third place vote.
It was fifth place vote.
Fifth place vote. How many times am I going to get this stat wrong? He was within the voting in the MVP
one
race
vote.
last year.
You got to vote.
that doesn't matter. But
Don't care.
I'm about to support your point here.
Here we
for
go.
a second.
Yes, let's go.
Adam Gase got freaking hired as a head coach because Jay Cutler had one good year as the
That
Bears
was a
quarterback.
miracle. That was a miracle.
But my point is, what Braggs is
was,
saying,
yeah.
if Fields turns this into a good offense,
Oh, we got Kevin.
Kevin Kadek, head of content, never wrong about things. Braggs is right.
wow. Well, I think
That's a
it's
scary thing to say.
Conversation's
Kevin.
over.
might as well just end the show there.
Yep.
I do feel like I have to go.
He's already 86 in the top 100
That is true.
after the season he had last year.
Exactly.
The players,
He'll be,
the
if he-
players, Mark.
If he does what we're talking about, he is going to be top 10 next year.
Oh, I'm going to have a heart attack. We're talking about a player vote on where he ranks.
among the best
It's
players.
called perception, and the people that are voting for MVP
That has nothing-
are also just human beings with perception. This isn't about hardline stats. It's about people's perception. And if the Bears have any semblance of a great quarterback, there will be parades down Lakeshore Drive that I'll be leading, regardless of their win-loss total.
Okay.
You will be
I'm
right there
surprised
with us.
you're pushing back at this so much.
He's
First of all,
I
Justin
don't-
Fields
I
has been a
don't-
superstar his whole life.
okay.
This is true.
I don't think it's a bold take to say he's going to be the NFL's next big superstar.
I don't enjoy the national media jumping in here after 1 week into training camp. We haven't played a preseason game, and we're just going to scream from the mountaintop that he's going to be the next big thing.
My
Like,
new favorite guy in the chat is Nunu Johnson.
can he
I'm
have-
sorry. It's Nunu, you're my guy. I'm sorry. I love the name.
Nunu, lunch on me. I want to meet you too.
Oh my!
Love it.
I just. All right, can he? How about this? Can he just have one huge breakout game before everybody
Yeah,
jumps? Can
throw
we
for
just-
300
can we just have
yards once.
I just give me one breakout
Throw
game.
for 300 yards
Give-
once.
give-
Let's
give-
pass 3,000 yards.
let me-
all fair
let me get-
points.
let me
We
get-
haven't gotten there yet.
Let me get a 4 touchdown
We're
game against the Packers,
projecting.
and then everybody can jump. Then Nick Wright, my guy who I talked to yesterday, and Mike Greenberg, and Dan Orlovsky, and Chris Broussard and Nicholas Moreano can all jump up there and say this guy's the next big thing, and I will dance down national media Fields as the king lane, but like. It's just weird to me. On August 1st, we're just gonna come out of
We're
here.
excited.
You're you're not them. You're the guy that gets to training camp at 5 a.m. and can't sleep.
Who's them? The
National
right?
media.
Oh, the
National
media.
media. All right.
they're dumber than
Okay.
me.
All right. Fine.
I'm just enjoying this.
Oh man, it's exciting. DJ Moore and Justin Fields have this great connection. Saw it. We've seen it almost every
Can
day.
we put up Dave Mann's comment?
Chase? Where's Dave, man?
He said that this it's a little bit farther up.
Okay, well, I'll try to find it. Go ahead with what you're saying.
it-
Oh, I got it.
No, he said
Carm, this isn't your band getting discovered, and you were with them before they were popular.
Thank you. And look, I think I've been overly clear. I like Justin Fields. I'm rooting for Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields has an enormous amount of talent. I just like to have some level of balanced conversation about what we're seeing and what's realistic and what's going to happen. But listen, I get it. Walking into training camp today, there's 8,000 jerseys walking through, and 7,950 of them are the number 1 jersey. And if I was buying a Bears jersey today, I'd buy 7 Justin Fields jerseys because I'm not going to go out there and buy who are you going to buy? You could buy a DJ Moore jersey. Sure, that's a candidate. But, I'm not ready to go buy a Gervon Dexter jersey just yet. I'm not Greg Braggs. And so I'd buy a Fields jersey too. I would. And so I get it. This is the team. He's the Derrick Rose of the Bears, whoever you want to call him. That's him. But I'm sorry, I'm just not ready to go to MVP level, and it's weird to me that the national media is jumping in there today out of nowhere.
Nobody's guaranteeing it, but it is a possibility, which is an upgrade in our lives as Bears fans, where there has been no possibility of that ever happening. There is a possibility. Now, we can argue about what percentage chance that is, but there is a possibility.
All right,
excellent point on the Sanborn jersey. Now, that was a jersey to buy. Great purchase by me.
Got that one.
Sand God. All right. Hey. It's okay. Carm's officially Justin Fields hater. We all just kidding. Hey, take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for all this glorious warm weather during training camp. Carm's out. They have the premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglass company that offers a world-class product that's just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn. Durable frames, extremely clear optics for your outdoor adventures. And that's not all, because Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair on day one or any day, they told us they will send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. You can wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. Here's what you're going to want to do. Exclusive for our listeners right now, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code CHGO for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades are rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people.
Check out Shady Rays.
Jake Berger traded by the White Sox.
That definitely needed to be said right in the middle of the break.
Oh, no, not
You
Jake.
stole my breaking news.
There are no breaks on this show. We're all in it together.
You
This is not a
stole
break.
my breaking news.
Wow.
Jake Berger gone to the Marlins. Loved him.
That's
The
disappointing.
White Sox didn't deserve Jake Berger.
Guy had a great bald head. Go ahead.
You
Nick.
know,
Love
Great
Berger.
call, Ted. I'll bring up the positivity, though, with Sunnyside. Sunnyside
Sox
Cannabis.
fans, go get your sunny side.
Yes, you have to after all the trades that are happening. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your summer. Sunnyside is a one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs, no matter where you are on your cannabis journey. Easy online ordering and in-store pickup, great transparent loyalty program, Sunnyside Rewards. Let me just highlight a couple of Sunnyside's house of brands. Here you have High Supply. High Supply offers quality weed that's always available. Buds are expertly grown, lab tested, and available in vape carts, vape pens, flour, popcorn, shake, pre-rolls, shorties, and concentrates. And you have good news. They have the gummies, rechargeable vape pen, and cart, perfect for great moments with the crew through August, and it's August 1st now. Head to sunnyside.shop and use the code CHGO25 at checkout for 25% off your total order, one use per customer. Not stackable with other promotions. That's not only for new customers. Anyone can use our code. Pick up everything you need to elevate your summer. Must be 21 or over or have an Illinois Med card holder. Boom.
All right.
All 900 people, hit that like button. We're killing it today and last few days. Everybody coming in, watching these shows. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit that like button while you're hanging out.
Yes. I mean, the hellos at camp are just so awesome to see people. Jamie Rivas today, who apparently Nick
I signed his helmet.
dude,
It
Nick
lost
signed-
value,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Nick signing autographs at camp.
It lost value.
Yeah, he's
It's not good.
Big Nick.
Yeah.
With the
mustache.
mustache.
I mean, that's
We got
that
Who wouldn't want that autograph?
that is a big time move for Nick.
Brenda from Twitter,
Brenda from
Brenda,
Twitter.
the big Bears fan, she declared and told me I could say this on the air that I am her favorite over Carm because I asked her specifically.
That's okay, Brenda. I support Greg. He's my friend. I'm so happy you like him. Took a pic with Rob. That was awesome. What about Johnny, aka the Goose, who was out there today?
The Goose?
The Goose was cooking. It was. And by the way, we haven't said this. Matt Eberflus. The dude wears Air Jordans when he's walking around in that field. And the Flus should be damn ass highlighted for that. And Braggs, I blame you for not doing it quicker. Flus wears Air Jordans. I love the Flus.
Why would I care? That's a Nick thing.
Jordan 1 lows. He had the purple ones on.
I'm not a shoe guy.
Swag.
And shout out again to Papa Tom and Son Lorenzo yesterday, who were there, and they were awesome. Free session Nick was offered for working out. Tom, you hit me up on Twitter at the Carm. I will take you on.
And Dr. Truth here in the chat, he said it's Carm sounds exactly like Hoge today, logical and sensical, but coming out of his face is strange.
The truth. Thank you, buddy.
Dr. Truth.
Adam
MD.
Shepard just reporting, courtesy Gary Ross sending me this tweet. Buccaneers first round draft.
See, he does
first
it.
round. The guy's unbelievable.
Oh, he can do it. I can't do it.
Buccaneers first
David
round pick,
Montgomery.
Kalijah Cansey. Well, this is interesting because we were talking about Cansey a lot. He's going to miss 4 weeks with a strained calf injury suffered last weekend. Cansey could be ready for the Bucs opener at Minnesota, which is another interesting point of that tweet because they're playing Minnesota week 1, which of course matters to the Bears. But shout out to Corey Wooten, who will be joining us at our August 25th golf outing at Cog Hill, who was a huge Kalijah Cansey guy. So we haven't had any training camp injuries like that.
I know you guys are really pushing it because Hoge said that yesterday, and we had to knock on wood. Now you're saying it today, and you got to knock
a couple
on wood.
guys leave
How many times you got to say it? We get it.
All right, I'm going to stop knocking on wood because it has nothing to do with anything. The Bears haven't had any
Maybe
training
this is
camp.
fake wood. I don't know. It's
not
Feels pretty
working.
real though. Table's heavy as hell. I think it's real. Also, this is like no hitters. If you think you have any impact on a no hitter or who's getting hurt, you're full of yourself.
You do.
I am full of myself, so can't get enough of old brags here.
We might need. Are we time for our new segment called Carm's Random Audio?
Oh, it's such a good
Do
segment.
we have that or not? Because I never know.
Yes, well,
You do?
we have all sorts of audio. We got pretty graphics with them.
You know what the audio is today, too, Adam. It's in Notion. I listened to you yesterday.
Yes, Tevin Jenkins on the band Journey. His journey.
maybe it's similar to the band Journey's journey.
For me, myself, I don't have, when I first got in here, I didn't have this ultimate goal about where I want to be in like 10 years. So, I mean, unfortunately, things happen the way they have been, and I've hit an injury slump, whatever happened in my early career. So, I mean, overall, I thought it wasn't going too well for me at first. And then now I'm starting to feel like it's starting to pick up, and now I feel like I'm starting to get going. And it's just, I wish I had this my rookie year, but it's just things happen how it happened. For me, myself, I don't have, when I first got in here, I didn't have this ultimate goal about where I want to be in like 10 years. So, I mean, unfortunately, things happen the way they have been, and I've hit an injury slump, whatever happened in my early career. So, I mean, overall, I thought it wasn't going too well for me at first. And then now I'm starting to feel like it's starting to pick up, and now I feel like I'm starting to get going. And it's just, I wish I had this my rookie year, but it's just things happen how it happened. For me, myself, I don't have, when I first got in here, I didn't have this ultimate goal about where I want to be in like 10 years. So, I mean, unfortunately, things happen the way they have been, and I've hit an injury slump, whatever happened in my early career. So, I mean,
Please hit stop.
Overall, I thought.
God damn it.
That was Tevin Jenkins and us, and
We'll get the second clip right.
No, we're not doing that again.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not. No, we're
I love
not.
how some people.
So cool, like-
Who's producing? Next comment. Brags. This is why I love our viewers and our listeners, because they knew exactly what was happening there and who was to blame.
I know I wanted more.
That was Tevin and Tevin and Tevin.
No, I don't.
That's funny, Chip.
I won't sleep the rest of the night over this. Okay,
Dave Man says
Can
that.
you repeat that,
Can you
Tevin?
repeat that, Tevin?
I'm a failure. Okay. I want to do the other ones. I want to redeem Let me redeem myself. Jesus.
Well, hold on. Let's at least talk about that soundbite for just a second because
No, I want to hear it again. Please.
he easy, Greg. Please just let us toss to you in a very concrete way. Just you're not ready for random audio.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not Chris Tannehill.
Please turn this off. Apparently that was on a hot mic. There was some other stuff being talked about during there that I'm glad was not on the microphone.
No, so
I'm crying.
So this is tough.
I'm on track. Tevin is a mature, damn ass Tevin. And he is open about how things sucked early and how he's not nearly as good as Darnell Wright is right now. And he's also celebrating the fact that he's gone from right tackle to right guard to left guard and has handled it, all of it. Not perfect, but he had a pretty good year last year. I mean, I think that's almost not giving him enough credit. And now he's switching over to left guard. No problem. I'll handle that too. I'm rooting for that dude. I'm a big Tevin Jenkins guy.
And I think the maturity, like you were just talking about, Mark, it stands out because I think you asked him about like his back, if like that's something that he has to continue doing, just everything that goes outside of probably Hallis Hall, where he goes to these Pilates classes and is strengthening the muscles that, will help him perform better at the football field. But he recognizes that he needs to do those things to stay healthy, to stay available. So I think Tevin Jenkins, he's wired the right way, man. He goes through these position changes. He's playing a new position, embracing it, knows that he can still get better at what certain aspects of his job. But Tevin Jenkins, if he could stay healthy, I'm looking for seeing what he can do on the football field this season.
Hoge, you wanted to talk about this. What struck you?
First of all, just thanks to the comments for entertaining me. The comment section's on fire right now. It's fantastic. And yes, Law is getting a raise after this show. No, look, I just sensed a more confident Tevin Jenkins, both more confidence in his health, which might be the biggest thing, but also confidence in his ability. Like he just, I've always enjoyed talking to Tevin. I think he's always been introspective and willing to open up to us, which I think has been super cool, even when he was, going through some of his struggles and dealing with the injuries. And I just thought he came off as very real today because you can sense that feels some sadness, some disappointment with how the first 2 years of his NFL career went with the injuries, but I think he also realizes that last year when he was healthy, he played really well. He looked like a good player, and the Bears are still sticking with him. And now that he's worked on his back, he's been doing Pilates, he keeps talking about strengthening those smaller muscles in his back. I think he feels more confidence, too, that at any given moment, he's not going to have an issue with it, which we all hope is the case because he's a pretty fun player to watch. I love watching his offensive line film, and he's healthy and he's mauling. So,
and Tevin talks about his back here, and we're gonna play because I'm gonna redeem myself.
So what I've started learning, I mean, don't actually quote me on this, but I think there's small muscles around your spine that I have never noticed or never thought about in my whole life. And when I started doing more workouts and educating myself because I have to because of my back, it's just. When I did starting to strengthen those things, you start seeing differences in how your posture is. Even though my posture right now is very bad. But other than that, it's just I try to be more conscious of that. And it does make a big difference.
We're back.
Nice.
One go round.
Yes.
Brax.
It's terrifying. This is a terrifying thing to do every day.
Yeah. That was good. Look, as somebody who's been going to the chiropractor 3 days a week and trying to do some of the things he's talking about, fix my own posture, this is the only time you'll see me on the show, by the way, and it's awful when it's in my lap, which is a whole nother problem. But usually, thanks to Nick, got the laptop raised up, both in my office and at Hallis Hall. Like, you got to fix your posture. You got to you do the biggest thing is like when you get an adjustment on your back, you strengthen the muscles around the back so that it holds the adjustment and you have less issues. I hope that's all working for Tevin Jenkins. He's got a hell of a lot more resources than I do to take care of it. He also has a lot more muscles than me to deal with in his back, bigger ones. And I just hope it all works out because he's a good player and I think he's found a home at guard.
You're hitting the nail on the head here. You hope it works out because the reality is that the dude has a bad back and he's gonna have to have some major maintenance on it that he's gonna have to do all the time to keep himself on the field. Which I did ask him about today. And he said, "Yeah, I am. I'm gonna have to do all the things to be able to play the sport that I love." In essence, so. Can he strengthen his back to the point that he can crash into 300-pound, 280-pound, whatever defensive lineman coming to sack Justin Fields and stay on the field? Let's hope he can because Tevin is definitely a guy that's easy to root for. But it's a question, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
We got a ton of super chats.
Let's do it.
So we're going to start rolling through these. Mark Gauthier with a follow-up from his super chat earlier, another $4.99 for Mark. Understand it's not on you for video during practice. Could hear someone typing furiously during the Flus presser. You guys are providing the best coverage.
Thank you, Mark.
We appreciate Mark Gauthier. And then we also got John Davis here, $5 super chat. I think it's interesting how Tyler Scott is essentially playing how we all wanted Velus to play last year. I'm excited to see him in the preseason.
There's a huge difference between those two in personality. Velus is a fun-loving dude who likes to have a good time, and I'm not saying that Tyler doesn't like that, but Tyler just comes across as like sits in the front row of the classroom and is constantly paying attention. Velus is more the class clown. Now, Velus has also had a very good training camp outside of today with the 3 drops, which I got to be honest, I didn't see. You were on the other end of the field. I did not see that happen, so that was breaking Bragg's news on the show.
And I think for Tyler Scott, I think he's just a more polished route runner coming into the NFL than Velus was.
Yeah.
Like, because you see him running the routes that he is and how much separation he's creating. Like, that's a big part of how he's able to kind of get onto the field, get into the first team offense at times, and just earn the respect from the coaching staff. So that's what Tyler Scott has going for him that Velus didn't have last year.
So the big play of the day was the bomb to Tyler Scott on the deep post, and he dusted Greg Stroman Jr. Because he had just made the play on Chase Claypool on the play before on the breakup on the sideline. When he dusts him, the ball seems to be a bit underthrown to some people's vantage point. But, Hoge, you had a different perspective as far as the wind was concerned, right?
Well, I was down at the other end where I'm looking to the left in the direction that the wind's blowing towards me. So my first reaction, Carman and I were standing there together, and I think we might have both said, "Ooh, that's underthrown a little." And then I like stopped, and I noticed like the wind was blowing straight towards that end of the field. So Justin was throwing into the wind. And I think that definitely had an impact on throw, which is why I tweeted what I tweeted, that it was a big connection downfield into the wind. Now, if there's no wind and he hits him in stride, is he probably gone for a touchdown? Yes. But here's another thing I like. Whether the wind was to blame or not, they finished that drive. Because that was the same drive where he hit DJ Moore on the play we talked about earlier for the touchdown when he threaded the needle. So what you hate is when perhaps plays aren't completed to the best that they could be, and then you settle for a field goal, or you turn the ball over after that, and you just feel like you left points off the scoreboard. And in this case, that wasn't the case. I think it was an impressive throw into the wind. Tyler Scott had a great route, won the rep. Bears completed that play, scored the touchdown, Super Bowl.
I mean, seriously, how many times do you see that in the NFL? On a post, the quarterback's going to make sure he gets it there. Sometimes the receiver has to slow up a little bit. The defender catches up, but he still breaks the tackle and goes for the house. It's good. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a touchdown.
Chip has a great 50 yards is greater than 0 yards. Like, how if it happened, he completed the pass. Like, that's good. That's good in itself. Yes, maybe it could have gone for the touchdown, but the Bears haven't even had that at times. So it's good to get those big plays when you can, and maybe next time you execute it for even bigger.
Tyler Scott, impressive.
Yeah,
Very.
That was what stood out in that play for me. The guy's 7 yards behind the defenders.
All right, we'll keep rolling through these super chats. Goose, thank you to CHGO fam for not being too big time to chat with their fans. Carmen, if you need that softball sub, you know who to call.
See, let's just shout myself out right now. I am always out recruiting. I saw some talent in Goose today, and I just got him on the roster. That's what I do. Because Lord knows, people are just falling like flies around here. But some of them are coming back. And some people have not showed up all season.
What are you talking about?
Have you played in a game?
Oh, softball. Why did your brain always go to softball?
That's what he's talking about.
Because Goose is talking about softball.
I saw Goose. I looked at him. I'm like, you know what? Goose looks like he could put a little charge into one. So I'm like, let me get Goose on the
Started
roster.
recruiting in the stands.
Dude, I turned into Joey from Friends there. I saw sub, and I was thinking sandwich.
I did too.
I was
I am
like,
hungry
I'm
right now.
hungry,
That's what
and I
when
want a
he
sandwich.
the first time I read it, I thought he was talking about a sandwich too. 100%. 100%. Abdul Matari, I went back to try to find if you had commented after your super chat 99¢. We appreciate the support. Tomorrow, if you want the question asked, go ahead and pop in. But I could not find your comment. Try to put your comment within the super chat. I know sometimes we see they're separated, and it's all good. Chris Piguero, our guy here. Patrick Mahomes gets all of his moves from Uncle Rico.
It's facts.
So and then we got another guy. OMG. I can't. Somebody else want to give this one a run on what the name?
OMG.
He knows Kung Fu.
He knows Kung Fu.
He knows oh my god.
Oh my God, he knows Kung Fu.
Oh my god, he knows Kung Fu. $5 super chat.
Oh,
Thank you guys. You're a lot smarter than me. I was just getting confused there.
That was
After-
today. That was today's Wordle.
After the CHGO guest appearance, Peter Bukowski said on his show, Bears fans have no reason to be optimistic about Fields. Any thoughts? Well, this is the same Peter Bukowski who came on Bears After Dark, and we appreciate the guys over on Locked On coming on this offseason to provide some interesting information about some of the division rivals. But he admitted that the Bears have the better quarterback going into week 1. So if we have no reason to be optimistic, then what does he have to say about Jordan Love?
Not good things.
Whatever, Bukowski.
Yeah, we got some kind
Bukowski.
That's what we think. So that's it.
Bukowski knows that it's all over for the Bukowski.
That was the last super chat?
Nope, we got 2 more.
Okay.
Or a bunch more, actually.
wow.
So I'm sorry, guys. We're going to keep running through these. Cornelius Pryor. Why is Dan Orlovsky and Chris Sims so far apart in their opinions? By the way, I respect both of them. $4.99 super chat. Appreciate
Wait,
you,
wasn't Chris
Cornelius.
Sims the one that loved Fields?
I don't remember.
I thought he had Field. I thought he was the one that had Fields like number 1.
I
Am I crazy?
I'm
at this point, I might be getting confused, but I don't know.
I don't know what opinions are far off on exactly, but I don't know.
You know, just kind of the game here.
Yeah,
The
true.
media game. you know.
it is amazing how many varying opinions there can be, Cornelius. It's
Fields is a polarizing subject, and everybody knows Bears fans are going to eat up that content. So that's part of the game too there, Cornelius. Keys, another $5 super chat. Appreciate your support. We're holding you to that, Crams. If Fields throws for 4,000 yards, the hair has to go. You're going to be bald.
looking forward to it, Keys. Be a great day on the show. We'll do it live.
Don't want to
Oh
see
no!
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
that. No.
Did
Brags-
someone post a photo of you bald? I think.
Yes, it was horrifying.
Oh, I thought it didn't look too bad. So
Oh
Really?
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it
you
didn't
actually
look-
look.
yeah, it didn't look.
You look kind of badass.
I'm actually
Fields wins MVP. All of us shave our head.
Oh,
I'm already putting you guys on it. We didn't agree to it. I don't care. You're
I'm
doing
not-
it.
There's
You're
no
doing it,
there's no
Adam.
chances.
What is this,
Oh, look
no
at
chance.
Hollywood Hoge. Jesse Quezada. I think I pronounced that right. $1.99 super chat. Carm is lost.
no.
He was getting lost a lot on the golf course when I played with him last week. You know,
We're playing
lot
on
of-
Friday.
Lot out of bounds.
Open invitation. Hogue, Nick.
but you don't want me there.
We're playing Friday after
Terrible.
practice.
Another 9.
Another 9, baby. You're in. He's in. The Hollywood's in. So last one, or wait, 2 more. I'm sorry. Brandon Halford, $10 super chat. Is it more difficult for Chicago media to judge a good quarterback training camp due to our quarterback history, like a Green Bay media member not being able to tell what an average one looks like? Love the show.
Appreciate you, Brandon.
I mean, I think there's probably a little bit of truth in there.
100%.
somewhere.
We don't know what a Hall of Fame quarterback looks like at training camp.
But that, I mean, that's
Sure.
why I don't. I don't hear anyone going off the rails about, what Justin Fields is going to be just because of what's happened in the last week. I do know that I have covered plenty of training camps where the quarterback struggles a lot more than Fields has the last week. And so I'm encouraged by that the offense, I think it's shifted a little bit the last couple of days, but I still think, especially today, it was more back and forth where both sides look pretty decent, actually, which is what you want it to look like. I'm sure if I went and watched Patrick Mahomes at training camp, it would probably look a lot different. I don't know that. I've never seen that.
Well,
but I've seen really bad quarterback play at training camp, and this is definitely not what we've seen the last week.
Right. When there's any kind of an uptick in offense around here, Bourbonnais or here in Lake Forest at Hallis Hall, you can tell because we've seen bad offenses, like Hoge just said. But when I used to hear reports of Drew Brees lighting up a Saints defense, a lot of times those Saints defenses were pretty good when the regular season came around. But I can remember reports where there was not one incompletion by Drew Brees at practice. And that must be really hard to assess how good the defense is when Drew Brees is, slicing you up. So no, to that point, it's hard to assess how good he's supposed to look and balance that when the defense makes a play and then saying, well, you want both, right? Well, at some point in Justin Fields' career, I want him to come out on this practice field and not make one mistake all day long and just rip the defense apart. And I think that's when you have a great Hall of Fame type quarterback, right?
No. You'll know when he does it on a real field, not on a practice field. He needs to do it in a game.
Two more super chats. I'm not arguing with you about this again. Of course they need to do it in a game. Anyway, Carm is so stubborn. MVP is about perspective. Otherwise, Mahomes would win every single year. $10 super chat. Edward the First. Carm is stubborn. A stubborn mule. Anyway.
Okay. Is the show over?
One more super chat. Just wanted to thank y'all for making my hour drive to work in the morning bearable, no pun intended. Definitely my favorite podcast. Much love. Austin Fannin, $4.99 super chat. We appreciate you, Austin.
Appreciate you, Austin. That's awesome. Thanks to all the fans that we've seen out there on the practice field as well. Joy interacting with you guys. And need to see more CHGO gear, though.
Yep,
seen a little bit.
We've been seeing it. We've been seeing it.
I agree.
And you can get a free CHGO shirt if you become a diehard. And this is the best time to become a diehard. Adam Hoge putting out newsletters every single morning, exclusive to diehards only.
My favorite was today's. This dive onto special teams was so unbelievably adorable.
Yeah, but Kevin Fishbane's dead to me.
Wow.
Kevin Fish.
Because Kevin said, haven't read the newsletter yet, saw the headline, but didn't read it. I said, so you saw the headline, it was special teams, you didn't click on it? And he said, yeah.
Well, that's actually a great idea because as Mark yawns, maybe I'll read it tonight so it puts me to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Because special teams is boring unless Devin Hester is out there. I'm just
Get
kidding.
out of my house.
No, but seriously, become a diehard. A lot of great perks. No better time. Live events coming up, including our CHGO Kickoff Classic Friday, August 25th. You can come golfing with all us here, these goofballs beside me. 9 a.m. We're getting started. You get opportunity to purchase the sweet CHGO polo in the bottom left. There's a ton of people already coming. Corey Wooten will be on hand. Mark Carman does not care, but this is important things that we're talking about. And if you keep interrupting me, what, Mark?
You just you wind yourself up and you don't stop. You started with the super chats an hour ago, and now
there was a lot of super chats.
Just relax for a minute.
What do you want me to do? There was 14 super chats.
Is there anything else?
Three of them that called you an idiot.
Why don't you pull up chgolocker.com and go through each shirt and tell everybody about each one?
I'm sorry. In Notion, it said to promote the golf outing. That's actually doing really well, and everyone's signing up for it. And Corey Wooten's going to be there, and you're going to be there when you lose to me on August 25th. So come out and witness that and become a diehard. So there's my spiel. I did the read. It's on the books. What a great day.
I seriously. Tomorrow at the end of the show, you're going to go through every shirt.
All right. Tomorrow we'll be back out there. Another practice. Not open to the public tomorrow, although I think there's going to still be fans there from it's like a Bears special day. They don't let brags in, basically. Not allowed.
I'll be there.
Oh, is tomorrow the season ticket holder day?
Terrence Young, our Hall of Fame fan. You guys met Terrence at the draft party.
Yeah.
He got me a
Hooked
ticket
you up.
to a closed practice. How about that?
Yeah, we'll see about that when security sees you and carries you out of there. Well, we will be there. We'll have another show for you tomorrow, 3:00, right here, recapping another practice. I'll tell you this, teasing tomorrow, Flus said that he's like, yeah, what's the big deal? We only had 48 reps today. Tomorrow, we're going to do double that.
Amp it up.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't know how they're going to do double that, but
No pads, I'm assuming.
pads.
No pads. Yeah.
They are going to put pads on 2
I
days
believe
in
so.
a row.
Yeah.
That
That's
is
what it sounded
really exciting.
I mean, that's what
I
it
didn't
sa-
expect that. That's awesome.
sounded like
didn't
that's.
say
I'm
that.
gonna
I
go
don't,
home and
don't
get to bed.
100% quote me on that one, but it sounded like
Seemed
it.
like it,
I
yeah.
thought that's what Flus was getting at. So
Mark wants that in the show more than
No, you guys keep going. I got nowhere to get. I just wanted to say I'll be in the bleachers tonight, looking exactly like this. Please say hello.
Wrigley.
I'm
You
going.
better
to,
bring us a win.
I'll do my best, buddy. Big game. James Gaskin will be with me. So say hi to Big Game James too. Nobody
Gary
knows that.
Ross always breaking the news, and I'm not even gonna credential this. Gary Ross, it's not a super chat, but he's claiming Bears waived Donovan Jeter from
can
Michigan, who threw a guy with one hand yesterday.
that has actually been made official by the Chicago Bears.
Yep.
Made official by Gary Ross.
They have the Bears waived Donovan Jeter, signed Bravion.
Oh, good. We don't have to do a.
Is it
breaking
Roy
news
or is
show.
it Wall? I'm just kidding.
Donovan
What
Jeter.
a great.
That
This is our
guy.
best show yet.
That guy was great. I don't know why
We're
they cut
starting to
him.
get into mid-season form.
Talk to you tomorrow. I'm ending the show now. Love
but
you
like-
all.